fast. It would be a 24/7 thing, not a simple state website. Interactiveness will increase there. Then there are other issues like mobile. We would be grateful if our government servants, we have an IT cadre, they can be trained to make their own mobile apps so that various services can be delivered, not only delivered, they can be analyzed also through mobile apps. Coming to big data, the trend is yet to come, but in future, the requirement in government service for data scientists will also increase. This will come tomorrow, today it may not be filled. And in all these things, we are grateful to Government of India for liberal funding through the capacity building scheme and NELIT, which has always agreed to conduct our training courses on Saturdays and Sundays. They have been pained, but they have been smiling always. So I close my remarks with just one line. How about going for massive online open courses for eGov, for MyGov, for all such modules? We are talking with NISD, we would request NELIT also. We have abundant CB funds. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chatti. I think you mentioned several 11 points. I think we already are working on most of these aspects. For example, cloud platform, mobile platform, social media, their massive online open courses. These are all very relevant tools to really ensure that the citizens are involved in using e-governance, and also ICT for development schemes for their own benefits to gain maximum out of the various projects that are being implemented by various government departments. In the end, I would request the Director of NELIT Center, Calicut, to make his remarks.
Chairman, my co-panelists, participants. Very good afternoon to you all. No panelists has used visuals. So I also thought of going for Luxembourg, but the post-lunch session effect is seen. So it's better to show some visuals so that I'll give some job to your eyes also. In fact, I made some slides about the e-governance and the deliverables and the pillars and all, but because of shortage of time, I'd like to skip all those slides and let me go in strictly with the agenda of the discussion, wherein we have two issues. Basically, this is a skill to use the public services and improve process efficiency, which is improving process efficiency is related to purely a technical domain. And the skill to use public service where we have certain experiences in implementing various digital literacy projects. Since I would like to share some of the best practices, in fact, we should learn from best practices adopted elsewhere and successful models adopted. So here, coming to the fact is any program will be successful if there is a large participation from the public. Otherwise, whatever schemes you make, if the public is not effectively utilizing the scheme, the scheme is not successful. So considering this, we have to make a great awareness among the public. So we make the public at large to use these schemes, avail these facilities, and that's a big challenge. Now, how we will do it? So there are so many issues in implementation of e-governance, like your poor infrastructure, poverty, literacy, language governance, all these things we have come across many forums. But the fact is, in spite of all these things, our DITI has made great efforts and made a very successful e-governance implementation projects. And in fact, the NELIT also has played a very major role in creation of IT literacy, which is a base for using the IT services, these e-governance services. And we are also continuing our role. In fact, today morning we have announced 1-year PG diploma program in e-governance, and also many capacity building at various levels across the country is in progress through our centers. So I would like to share one initiative in Kerala, which I come from. This is one initiative called Akshaya Kendras under the IT Mission of Kerala, started way back in November 2002, through which they could achieve Kerala considered one of the 100% literate state. Now they are trying to move towards the 100% IT literate state. Somehow through this Akshaya scheme, they could achieve 100% IT literacy in 8 districts, and they established Akshaya centers around 2000 plus Akshaya Kendras, they call it, in almost in all panchayats. So through this they provide, initially we started providing IT literacy to people in village, taluk levels and panchayat levels. They created total IT literacy and they are moving towards e-governance skill and providing services to all the citizens. So this success of Akshaya Kendras now turning into integrated e-services hubs. Why I am mentioning here is there are many accredited centers here. You have a lot of business potential in this. These Akshaya centers basically created for skill development in Kerala. Now they are totally into providing all e-governance services to the public, like G2C, government to citizen and business to citizen. All these services are being provided at the panchayat levels. This is, I would say that no other citizen service network has reached this level in this country. So now they are trying to roll out more services to become one-stop shop for all services to the citizens. This success is because they have a network of ICT centers, broadband connectivity in even small villages, 100% household e-literacy, and entrepreneur-driven business model, which attracted the young entrepreneurs to venture into this kind of activities. So the basic infrastructure I am not going in detail. This is one more initiative now they have started. They are realizing now IT literacy is one thing and how to use your e-governance services. That is the initiative to taking e-governance to masses. E-Jalagam is one small initiative by Arts and Science College. I was surprised. Through this initiative, they made some awareness program and prepared some step-to-step procedures in regional language as well as in English. How to use various the services available through the internet, and also they have made available these guidelines or handbooks free of cost, and this is a very mass movement, and they carried out in various colleges and schools. Now many people are able to use the government services to the greater extent. So this kind of initiatives, all accredited centers can also try it out as a social application. See, a simple format, what are the websites available? Many times people are not aware of what kind of services are there to use. So they at one place if you give all the websites or the portals which provide the service and made it available, that would be of great help to the people which are looking for availing these services. And the lesson learned is this is a very simple initiative, but the impact is really great. That I am skipping this, and I wanted to share one more thing. This already my co-panelist Sri Ajay Chatterjee has mentioned use of social media in implementation of e-governance. I have some statistics also. This is now already the trend has started. The political parties, ministries have started using the social media for implementing various e-governance services. I have listed out the reason why we should go for, and some surveys also. Because of time limitation, I am skipping. And what kind of media, social media we can use. The IT has adapted the categorization of social media. That the framework guidelines are available in the website. And the classification has 5 categories. You can social networking sites like Facebook is emerging as the biggest channel wherein we can have this kind of initiatives. Blogs are there, microblogs, Twitter, content communities, YouTube, collaborative projects. These are the media, through media we can propagate e-services or e-governance services. And the benefit there are of using the social media and e-governance is large. We have democratic participation, engagement, co-production, crowdsourcing, solution innovations, instant information sharing, and helping officials connected with the community, new industry groups. So now various government organizations and individuals around the world are engaged in using these kind of media. For example, United States, this White House Facebook is very popular since a long time. In our case, here we have Planning Commission is using effectively, Ministry of External Affairs is using, Ministry of Road and Transport through Twitter and through Facebook. This is one media easily we can reach to a large number of people. And President of India's website has got